to afford to our members, and in this case, officers from the United States Capitol Police Department, with an opportunity to reconnect with a patient who we both met under different circumstances last October. And from the looks of things, Jeff brought some friends and family along. So we got quite a few family members coming in from Detroit and other areas. And we certainly appreciate that the power of saying thank you carries a lot of weight to our members, even though all of them will just tell you they were doing their jobs. And while they were, they did an excellent job, a job that resulted in a life saving. Chief Matthew Pedrosa, thanks for attending, and congratulations on your upcoming retirement.
Thank you, Chief.
I also returned 5 years ago, and later, if you have some time, I'll tell you how things turned out for me. It was about a year ago, after joining the DC Fire and EMS department, that we established and minted cardiac arrest save coins. These coins were provided to those that respond and assist in returning the pulse to a pulseless patient prior to transferring care of that patient to the hospital. Those who brought life back to that same patient are provided a cardiac arrest save coin after we get a word that the patient has been discharged in good health from the hospital. So here we are today, because we have living proof of such a case in our midst this morning. Cardiac arrest save coins are not only provided to our members and other first responders, but anyone who helps bring a life back. Over the last 4 years, the cardiac arrest survival rate in Washington has improved, and the number of bystanders who are jumping in to help is increasing too. The DC Fire and EMS department has trained more than 60,000 people in hands-on heart. And just a couple of years ago, the city introduced Pulse Point, which is an app you can download on your cell phone. Pulse Point, through the Office of Unified Communications, notifies those with the app on their phone when there's a call for a patient in cardiac arrest within 2 blocks of their location. This provides the patient and first responders with a life-saving head start that simple but effective chest compressions can afford cases where minutes matter. In the case of Jeff Roth, it was 2 officers from the United States Capitol Police Department that were there first and on the scene, and helping to bring back the patient who was out jogging on October 25th, a day earlier, right? At first, he fell, striking his head on a car. His heart had stopped beating, and it was sudden cardiac arrest. Officers Thomas Langley and Pat Collier were within eye shot of the medical emergency. They both began performing CPR. They then applied their AED and saw that he was in a deadly cardiac rhythm. A shock was advised and administered, and with that single shock, Mr. Roth's heart was back. Just minutes after the arrival of the 6 DC Fire and EMS members, it was evident that Jeff Roth was trying to breathe on his own. The patient's airway was suctioned and cleared in an effort to allow him for normal breathing. An EKG was utilized to look for any clues into his cardiac arrest. Life-saving medications were given through an established IV. It was a team effort where everyone did their job, and an acceptable job at that. Before we start to present this arrest coins, I want to invite Chief up here to say a few words.
Thank you, Chief. I just want to, publicly thank our first responder team here, whether it's the police officers or members of the DC Fire and EMS. Truly life-saving heroes. It's an honor to be standing up here with them, and I want to, congratulate Jeff for his continued good health. And it's fortunate that we live in an area where we have so many people who are prepared to step up and provide life-saving action. Chief, your leadership in this area is incredible. I want to thank you for helping us. It's truly a partnership with the fire department, and it's really gratifying to know what a positive outcome this case was, and we're just elated that you're here with us today. And thanks to these men and women. Yeah, I think we just need to give them a round of applause.
invite up Jeff's wife, Katrina, to say a few words.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Katrina, and this is a very emotional day for me to see all the folks here today that helped save my husband's life. I wanted to tell you take a little bit of time to tell you a little bit more about the man who saved. Jeff has run 70 marathons, 17 of them Boston marathons, where he's qualified 17 times in consecutive years. He's won a marathon in Machu Picchu and a marathon in Antarctica. During his day, he spends most of his life helping emergency managers and first responders like you prepare to respond to man-made or natural threats like bombings in Boston or mall shootings in Dubai or flooding in Colorado. But more important than his athletic or professional accomplishments, Jeff is a loving son, brother, friend, and colleague, and so you see many of the family members and friends here today supporting because of their gratitude towards all of you. He is a type of man that really cultivates loyalty and makes other people's lives better, and you saved him. It means a tremendous amount to me and all the people here see today, and we want to express our greatest, deepest gratitude. I want to please tell your loved ones that you made a difference. You changed someone's life, and you made it better. So please tell your loved ones that this was a great day. I too want to take the moment and thank all of you. So I want to give you guys a whole round of applause. I also want to invite my father to come up to say a few words.
I don't know if I can follow her like she did, but I'll say, I want to turn my back on. I'm so impressed with the backup of these gentlemen and what they did for Jeff, because I never thought Jeff would fall under pressure, because he's not that kind of guy. But I'll say what I want to say is you responders, your loved ones should know what kind of job you do. And when you come home to see the sons and daughters or wives or husbands, and they ask you what kind of day you had, you know, you can proudly say, I had a day of saving a life. Most of us don't have those opportunities to say that because we just do mundane things. But I'll tell you what you did was God saving my son. And I can't imagine a life without Jeff, because Jeff's dedicated his whole life to helping other people. So just so happens that all you responders should just go home and hug your loved ones and say, I really did my job today. And to me, it's something I love doing because I can do it and do it well. And talking to these gentlemen, they have learned their lesson and they have performed amidst tremendous odds, and I just can't thank you enough as a dad, and Diane also will say the same thing. We're just entirely grateful for what they did, and I don't want to spend any more time. Thank you very much, guys, every one of you.
I wanted to thank everyone for coming out today in the city of DC. My new home as of last summer. Katrina and I moved to Capitol Hill, which turned out to be a life-saving move. Before October 25th, I never thought about my heart. As Katrina mentioned, I love running, probably to a fault. It's my stress relief, it's my way to see new places, my way to explore DC. Before we moved to Capitol Hill in July, I always ran in Rock Creek Park. On October 25th, I happened to be running on Capitol Hill. It was a morning run between conference calls. It was a beautiful sunny day, cool weather. I was running downhill. Capitol Hill has a nice downhill. I think the situation that unfolded, I never would have expected, and I thankfully don't remember. I just want to thank all the first responders in the city of DC. To meet you today in person is absolutely amazing. I've seen your names on paper, and I've read my case, and to me it's still a story. It's hard for me to believe. But what you did that day is absolutely amazing. And I think what I've learned, now that I'm focusing so much on my heart, and I have a new Apple Watch and all kinds of devices to identify
Name
who I am.
identification.
Thanks to Katrina. I learned that if responders don't get to a victim like me within 6 minutes, there's irreparable damage to the brain that can occur. And what's absolutely amazing is how quickly the first responders of DC got to me and revived me well within 6 minutes. And I'm happy to say that I feel great today. My brain feels good. I really feel just like I was on October 24th. And it's really thanks to your professionalism, your training, and just the timeliness of getting on scene and doing what you needed to do. I still can't believe that it worked out that well for me, and I'm very, very fortunate. The odds, I've been told, are staggeringly against me in a situation like this, and I really think that all of you together as a collective city team saved my life, and I'm ever indebted to you for that. So thanks again to the City of DC for organizing this event, for having a program that focuses on cardiac arrests, and training people like me as a citizen what we can do in such a case, because what wasn't mentioned, there were 2 bystanders that also assisted pointing me out to first responders. And I think citizens are often afraid to do CPR. They're afraid to do anything medical if they're not officially trained, and I think the awareness campaign that the city's doing is amazing, because you can do something. Within that 6 minutes, I think getting on scene and just doing something until first responders get there is absolutely critical to bringing people back to health. So I wanted to thank you again. Thank you for all coming out today, and we'd like to turn it back over to the chief, and I think we have some things to present to.
So first, to United States Capitol Police Officers Thomas Langley, who's also accepting Officer Pat Collier's life-saving coins on his partner's behalf, who is in training and his final testing today. So, Mr. Langley? Oh yeah, well, we have other things in here, okay.
Officer Collier.
DC Fire and EMS Captain Craig Kavlik. Firefighter EMT Seth Miller. Firefighter EMT Tarkia Peterson. Firefighter Paramedic Christopher Williams. Also, the following members who were unable to be present this morning will also receive cardiac arrest save coins. Firefighter Paramedic Thomas Daly and Firefighter, oh yeah, give me a hand. firefighter EMT, John O'Neill. So again, to the Roth family, thank you very much for being a part of this, allowing our first responders to get a chance to meet the people they work on. To the U.S. Park Police, again, we make great partners. We continue to look forward to continuing working with you. And this concludes our program, unless there's some questions that we can answer for you. Good. We good?